I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Eldermenensia Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
I think Hootle senses something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
Hi, Hootle!
You're mine! No!
Fire instant! Ready to go! Raging Cascade! In here! If they rush you, you gotta go for cover! Well, looky here!
Come and face me! Take this!
May 1,000
It's over.
gales tear you to
Take
shreds! Fire instant!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Strike mine!
Far enough! Ice tornado!
It's over!
I never miss!
You're
Now.
going pretty hard in this battle!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing bang! I'll thank you! Elusive deity!
Here's a healing
Armor won't save you! Thanks! Try this! Explosive ring!
Woo! We won that by a mile! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What was Kelzalik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danins and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
An opponent like this should be easy. This one's all mine.
Burning strike!
Glacial Spear!
Here's evil! Raging Cascade!
Here I come!
Freeze
You'll
Laser!
finish!
Sweet dreams! So those are Ganon's delay. Something you want to say? Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
Try harder! A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Is this what I think it is? Good fishers always keep their cool. Nothing's biting. All right. Dagnabbit! It got away. I've got a good feeling about this one. That was disappointing.
hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Nothing's biting. I've got something. She's got a good size to her, all told.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
Okay, change of plans. Hup. Time to try a different spot. I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
You sure know what you're doing.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Yeah! I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
Not too shabby, friend.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!